Guys, a little bit of a different video, no charts in this one, just some basic analysis of our results. So what we did was we had a random telegram from a guy who runs a company who will assess your results from your trading group and kind of do you a monthly breakdown. So we thought that was a really good idea, both for us and for you guys, and also as a kind of sales tool. So we looked at getting it done. We let him have a look at the premium channel, and when he realised that we were doing about 100 premium signals a week, he suddenly decided it was impossible and that he wasn't going to be able to do it. So I spent most of yesterday afternoon doing what he thought was impossible, and just had a look over the past week to get an idea of how we're doing in terms of our trades, and what we could possibly do both on our side to improve the quality of our trades, and from your side what you can do to help manage your trades to hopefully maximise your profit that you can take from the signals that we produce. So the kind of headline news, if we look at the total, there were 100 trades that went out. 75% of those hit TP1, with 25% going straight to stop loss. We will be amending that. And 49% of trades hitting TP2. So the first thing that we can really kind of highlight, so this XZC trade was the last trade included from Monday morning, and the trades that you can see here where we're seeing a big run of stop losses being hit were the trades that occurred or were published over Sunday predominantly and a little bit of Saturday. So noticing the volume of trades that we're doing, it's not something we really keep track of, but 100 is a lot to do in a week. And also seeing that by continuing to trade, even though market conditions were difficult, and even though we were marking the trades as being, high risk, or, putting on, that caution should be taken with them, what we're going to do going forward is probably just not make these trades. I think there's enough content going out across the channel that we can all do without opening risky positions when we know that our chances of returning a profit are going to be diminished. The second thing that really kind of stood out, we looked at the individual pairings to see how we do, so how Bitcoin does relative to USDT and how they both do relative to futures. So 60% of our Bitcoin trades hit TP1, only 30% made TP2, and 40% went straight to stop loss. That's really indicative of the issues with Bitcoin volatility, and certainly the issues of Bitcoin volatility over the weekend. So what we're going to intend to do is improve those numbers over the coming week by just staying away from Bitcoin pairings, and specifically Bitcoin pairings when there is Bitcoin volatility. The USDT trades are really at a level that, or around the level that we're aiming at. So over 90% hit TP1, about 91%, with a further 66% of those going on to TP2, with only 9% going straight to stop loss. So that is the benchmark that we want to be hitting. We're going to, through adjusting our trading timing with BTC, hope to emulate those numbers. In terms of futures, this was actually, for me personally, surprisingly good. So 80% went straight to TP1, 60% of those went on to TP2, with only 18% going straight to stop loss. Now, if we just have a look here, so these trades that went out on Sunday, so there's a REN trade, an SNX trade, and an RSR trade, all in futures, that all went straight to stop loss. If you have a look, so out of the 22 futures trades that we made over the week, 18 went to TP2, 13 to TP2, and 4 went to stop loss. So 3 of these 4 that went to stop loss were made on Sunday. So if we can avoid making that mistake again, then we can massively improve our futures returns. So we'd like to take this from 80% to over 90%, which, when you consider that we're generally recommending 3 to 5 times leverage, should really help you guys profit. Also very interesting, there was only one trade from between the 4th and the 11th of January that's still currently open. Checked it again this morning and it's still hanging on, not hitting TP or stop loss. And that's this CHR BTC trade that was made on the 10th of January. So what that kind of confirms to us is what we suspected is that the majority of time that we hit TP1 or TP2, we're doing that within 2 or 3 candles. So expect these trades to be very quick. So if you're operating on a limited budget and you want to make sure that you have money available for trades coming up, you can kind of set a precedent with yourself that most of these trades will be completed within 24 hours and that most will be done. And those that aren't done within 24 hours will be done certainly within 48. The other key and last thing really to take away, if we're hitting 75% of our TP1s, I would suggest that that really reinforces the idea of weighting TP1 with a larger part of your initial stake. So my recommendation, as always, is that you take 75% of your initial stake and you cash that out at TP1 with 25% remaining in to cash out on TP2. So if you were to do that with USDT, you can see obviously with a 90%, over 90% hit rate for TP1 that you're really guaranteeing your returns. And with Bitcoin, where we've performed less well, if you're cashing out your TP1s at 75%, what I would recommend in BTC pairings, strategically based on this information and specific to BTC, is that once you've hit TP1, raise your stop loss to 0. That's going to maximize your opportunity of profiting from this trade, as currently, and we will address this, but currently it's more likely that you would hit stop loss following a TP1 than you would go on to a TP2. As always, very open to feedback. If you've got any ideas, if there's anything that you'd like to see, or if you have any issues with us reducing the trades and trading less during times of volatility, then just let me know.